Hey everyone, this is Zachary, Comeau, Executive Editor of CE Pro, and today I'm joined by Steve Brous, the National Sales Manager for Sol-Lux. Steve, thanks for joining us.
Great to be here. Thank you, Zach.
All right, so Steve, we are talking about EOS. So why don't you set it up for us a little bit and tell us what exactly EOS is?
Sure. Well, let me first start off by introducing our company, Sol-Lux. We are actually part of a much larger company called Carefree of Colorado, which has actually been manufacturing retractable shading solutions for the RV industry for almost 53 years now, which actually reports up to an even larger company called Marmon, which is part of the Berkshire Hathaway division of quality manufactured U.S. companies. HEOS itself is really just a natural extension of our expertise now, which is really retractable shading solutions. It's a product designed specifically to be mounted on the exterior of your wall to actually provide interior shading solutions.
Very good. Yeah, so how does EOS deliver the benefits of interior shading while being installed on the exterior of a home?
I think as we explored this product and developed it, we noticed that there were a lot of really distinct advantages of actually mounting an external shading solution for internal shading, challenges, if you will. The first one is really the fact that we're actually able to block the sun before it actually hits the window. So the heat coefficient deflection, if you will, is pretty significant over a traditional internal shading solution. And then on top of that, we also are able to do that while maintaining, lighting coming into that room, and ultimately keeping your view.
Yeah, interesting concept. So what about customization? What options are available? And how does EOS, enhance the curb appeal, which is, a selling point for shading?
It's funny you should ask that question, especially within the CI channel where most of the time we're focused on making things hot and disappear. So you don't see it until you need it. When
Mm.
it comes to something that you're going to actually mount on the side of your house, it becomes more of a fashion statement. So with this particular product, we customize the external casing, if you will, with over 150 different color options. So either it will camouflage into the home's exterior or accent it, using, the natural accents of the home. And then there's also over 100 I'm sorry, 70 different Sunbrella fabric solid colors that can then basically be added as well. So it really is more of a exterior, device for internal shading, that really can then, really augment and add beauty to the home.
How does the EOS system, optimize daily performance and energy efficiency? We're talking about, sun, wind, and temperature sensors, or how does it do that?
So the product itself is very unique and innovative in a lot of different ways. The first thing to understand about HEOS is it is designed to be autonomous, which means it'll actually operate 365 days a year without any human interaction.
Mm.
That being said, we do have the ability to connect an app to that unit and actually make some minor adjustments because obviously different parts of the country, are seeing that sun, in differently, if you will. So we actually have the ability to adjust, for example, wind sensitivity, which is a system designed to protect it if it gets too windy. There's actual independent adjustments for how much sun it takes for it to come out, how much sun it takes for it to stay out. So it's very, very customizable. It comes out of the box defaulted, but with that app, you can actually go in and really tweak the settings to optimize it for your specific location, anywhere within the world, really, practically.
So, Steve, what features does the Sol-Lux app, provide to homeowners and dealers, and how does that enhance usability when we're talking about Sol-Lux exterior shading?
I think the easiest way to answer that question is, first of all, let's start with the fact that it is autonomous, which means it really doesn't require any interaction.
Hmm.
It'll just do what it does 365 days a year. That being said, there are, possible, things that, might a customer might want to interact with the unit for. A perfect example is we do actually have the ability to take it out of autonomous mode relative to sun and be able to put it on a schedule. So
Hmm.
if a customer wanted at certain parts of the year to just automatically open at 7 in the morning, close at 3 in the afternoon, they could certainly do that so that, it wouldn't be dependent on sun. Another key feature is the unit actually has the ability to know what the temperature is and go dormant when it goes below a certain temperature. So in other words, once it gets cold enough, we actually want the sun to heat our room rather than deflect that heat. And
Right.
you actually have adjustments in the app that allow you to customize the way the system operates, for the purpose of maximizing, the efficiency of the unit and the benefit that the customer gets from it.
So yeah, how does EOS compare to, your typical interior window shades, when we're talking about, UV protection, glare control, and, of course, energy savings and cooling cost reduction?
The biggest I think advantage is once you go external, as I mentioned before, we're taking and we're blocking the UV and the heat from hitting that window directly. So it has almost a 20% greater efficiency in
Oh, wow.
terms of heat reduction. And it does all that by maintaining, the customer's view out their windows. So the lots of really distinct advantages from the standpoint of the way that system gets installed.
Steve, can you walk us through the installation process and maybe tell us a little bit about this French cleat system and how that makes it a simpler process for integrators?
Absolutely. So the French cleat concept is probably going to be pretty common to anybody that's done any kind of interior window connections. We use it for our exterior awnings as well because of the ease of installation, and its overall, profile, and ability to do a very quick install. As long as you maintain a nice flat and flush installation, the awning itself will actually go right up, hook from the top, snap in place from the bottom, and literally can typically be installed within, I would say, a half hour to 45 minutes at the most. I think dealers will love that aspect the most because it's completely, wireless. And it comes with all of the screws, even potential deviations in the surfaces with shims are all included. So the product is really designed for easy installation.
So let's talk about, our core audience, of course, is the custom integrator. So, let's talk about benefits directly for them, such, things like margins, support, warranties, and how does that make EOS, a strong business opportunity for these folks?
Well, it's a great question. I mean, I think the industry itself is really waking up to the huge advantages of providing retractable outdoor shading solutions to begin with. And we certainly offer a really beautiful array of patio awnings as well. Those are called Freedom and Mirage. And
Mhm.
and so it's natural to basically, especially when it comes to, being a Sol-Lux dealer, to be able to offer that same type of solution for window shadings. And the biggest advantage, like I said, is, everybody needs shading solutions. And certainly any homeowner that's getting a lot of morning or afternoon sun, any particular room that, is hard to cool during those time periods because of the angle of the sun, that's really what HEOS is ideally designed to solve as a problem-solving solution.
Excellent. Great. Yeah, when will this be available to order, and what can we expect in terms of lead times?
So the heels itself is available today. It again, it's fully customizable where the dealer goes in, makes the measurements. The system can be anywhere between 39 to 120 inches, so up to 10 feet. You've got 150 different REL case colors to choose from. That's part of a demo kit that we offer them, is so that they've got the ability to right off the bat be able to help the customer through that process, all the different selections in terms of fabrics. And as far as lead time, it's basically 4 weeks from the time the order is placed until the time we ship it.
Mhm.
So it's available today, and ultimately, like I said, any of their customers that are looking for any type of solution to try and keep, a morning or afternoon sun-bearing window cool is what this product is ideally designed to address.
Very good, Steve. Thanks very much. Anything else you want to tell our audience about Sol-Lux or EOS?
Yeah, I would just like to conclude by, by reaching out to all the dealers out there that are possibly looking for opportunities for additional revenue. What's really wonderful about our products is pretty much everybody needs shading solutions, and ultimately because of the ease of installation of our products, the fact that it's profitable to sell, and it's easy to learn how to install. Ultimately, if you're not offering that customer, these types of solutions, somebody else is. So, just consider that, and certainly come to visit our website, at sollux.com, and find out all about the product.
Excellent, Steve. Thanks very much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Zach.